Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for June 6th through 10th. I swear this was like the longest week ever.
It really was.
When I was looking at my notes this morning, I'm like, that happened this week? Felt like that happened a month ago.
It was just very cut up.
I pulled a U and had to watch 3 episodes in one night on Thursday.
Okay.
So I don't know if that kind of is where I got a lot of it, because it's like I watched Monday, but then watched Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all on Thursday. But so I have a couple fun things.
Okay.
The Museum of Natural History and Planetarium aren't new.
Oh.
They are in Lucy's Travel Guide to Port Charles.
Okay.
And I know that because we both looked for more information about deception, which is not in Lucy's book.
It makes no sense.
It kind of does, because we don't know, nothing happened after 2013. The book was released in 2018 and it was then actually revived in 2019. So it was pre-revival.
I would just think she would mention it as one of her endeavors.
But she's not one to say, hey, so I tried this business twice and failed.
That's true.
I don't know. But that brings us to this week is the final wrap up of the Deception 411 that we thought was going to be a 30-minute one episode. I think we both forgot like just how much really involved, because it's easy to get sidetracked with the side stories and stuff like that. But the business itself is actually we could do one 411 between, I would say 45, 50 minutes on Sunny's businesses.
Right.
You know, but Deception itself.
And it had all the different players in it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But so to bring up something that we started talking about at the end of last week's Deception 411, so part 4, we were talking about, and if you didn't listen to it, go listen. It's a pretty fun series. We started talking about like if they did lip balms or lip glosses or something like that. They should make color palettes, because that's a pretty popular thing. Like I have, I think it's from The Mandalorian. I think it is called The Child. I know. I actually have 2 of them because I got both of them as gifts.
Oh my gosh.
But I got both as gifts. People saw it and went, Shannon would love that. But I think it says The Child because Grogu didn't have a name yet when it came out. Baby Yoda, aka.
Welcome to Nerding Out with Shannon.
But they could make like a Liz color palette, a Trina color palette, a Joss color palette, Anna, Lucy.
Even if they just stuck with the owners of it right now.
Yeah.
Maxie
Sasha,
is obviously a different skin tone than Sasha is. And then
Brooklyn.
Lucy and Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. I love it.
And also the lip balms they could very easily do, because there's a lot of people on Etsy that sell promotional lip balms, and they make them at home themselves. They help you design because I've looked into them for promotional stuff. And I'm like, why didn't I think about that because I wasn't mixing real estate and soap opera.
Yeah.
Although it does happen sometimes. It does happen sometimes. But yeah.
That is brilliant. I like it.
I thought it was really, really interesting. Or just something like different to think about. And it could be a totally limited edition type of thing, because that's also something
they could fund the nurses' ball with the profits from the Deception cosmetic sales.
Yes, like the color palettes and they can make like little bundles. They could have just like little 2-ounce lotions.
No, the little lotions and stuff should be from the Metro Court.
Yes.
Which you would get if you stayed the night at the Metro Court, the little samples of that. And then the color palettes should be the new Deception line.
Could have a sample of Corinthos coffee in there.
Yes. Oh, I like this.
Like a little packet.
Right. I really like this.
What else could we do? Maybe a cookie from Kelly's? Because they have pastries. Yes.
Cookie from Eckert's.
Cookies from Eckert's.
I don't know how you package BLT. That's all I can
think. Me too. That's why I was like, no, a cookie. No. But we know that they have pastries and cookies and stuff.
But
we will take cookies over Eckert's just because Eckert's is a fun little Easter egg. But Kelly's is obviously where they go the most.
Maybe a CD of the songs they have played on the jukebox at Kelly's.
Yes.
That would be good.
Kelly's Jukebox.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Do we still make CDs? Or a code. No. Or a code to download.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm old. Yes.
No.
It's in my head, but no.
Me too.
To download.
I was all with you. I already have the...
And then you're like, nobody has CD players anymore.
No, COD. Like, does anyone even know what a COD is anymore? Rocky, I know you know what COD is.
That's how I paid for Matthew's newborn pictures. I was in
Cash on delivery?
Yeah, I was in the...
By the way, if you're not old enough to know, COD is cash on delivery. That's right. You used to be able to order stuff and not pay for it
until it was delivered.
UPS showed up and was like, do you have cash? Not a check.
They did take a check also.
But still.
The same. Yes, but no, I didn't.
Well, no. But you sent in the check with the money, like with the order. But I don't know.
No, I didn't. Because the only reason I remember that I did this is because my mom wasn't there. And I hadn't brought a purse and stuff because I'm not going anywhere. I'm in the hospital. I was 18. What the heck?
Right.
And so they took his pictures and they were like, okay. And I didn't have any money or a check. And my mom wasn't around then. So they said, you can do cash on delivery. And I was like, I have no idea what that is, but okay.
Sure.
I want my baby pictures.
There we go.
And yeah, I'm almost positive that then I handed a check when they got delivered.
That is really cool. So that actually kind of segues into a really interesting headline that I saw this week that it's not directly linked to General Hospital, but it sounded so soap opera-y.
Okay.
That
soap opera-y? I love
soap opera-y. Baby Holly found. Baby Holly, missing child of a Florida couple murdered in 1981, found alive at age 42.
Oh my God.
She ended up in the care of a nomadic religious group. Oh yeah, that's a cult, right?
Oh my gosh.
The identities of two bodies found in a wooded area in Houston in 1981 have been unknown until last year.
Oh my God.
When genetic testing finally determined that they were Tina Gail Lynn Klaus and Harold Dean Klaus Jr., Texas prosecutors said. The couple's young daughter, however, wasn't found near her parents' remains. The families continued searching for her. They hadn't heard from her since 1980. And baby Holly has been located alive and well and is now 42. Holly has been notified of the identities of her biological parents and has been in contact with her extended biological family, and they hope to meet in person soon. Two prosecutors revealed that Holly was eventually dropped off at a church in Arizona by two barefoot women in white robes who said they were members of a, quote, nomadic religious group that ate only vegetables and shunned leather products. The women had indicated that they had given up a baby before at a laundromat, said Webster, who didn't remember the religious group's name. The family that raised Holly are not suspects in the case, and it was either in late December 1980 or January 1981 that the couple's family got a call from someone calling herself Sister Susan, claiming that the two had joined her religious group and wanted to cut off all family ties. So like the husband and wife had joined. They wanted to return Tina and Dean's car to their family. They were also giving up all of their possessions. Sister Susan asked for money in exchange for the car to return to Florida, where the family lived. And I just think it's weird that it's Florida and that's where, now. The couple family met a mysterious woman at the Daytona International Speedway along with the police. The family described meeting 2 or 3 women, possibly one male, and once again, these women were wearing robes and appeared to be members of this religious group. The police reportedly took the women into custody, and there's no record of a police report on file that has been found yet. Given the age of the case, that's common because, right, they wrote stuff down, but it was like a spokesperson for the Daytona Beach Police Department, the agency that would cover the race, of course, said late Thursday afternoon that his forces hadn't been in contact with the Texas investigators. And then it just goes on to talk more about it. And I can't believe that 42 years later, right, this baby was found, and it was only last year that the bodies were identified. That's really sad because for 42 years, these families thought that these people were alive and in a cult and just wanted nothing to do with them.
Right.
I can't decide which is worse.
That poor woman.
I mean, maybe now it's maybe peaceful that, okay, they really didn't want to cut us out, but that's 42 years of anguish that they went through that, even 5 years later, I mean, yeah, that's 5 years that you thought your people wanted nothing to do with you, but it's because they were killed, not because
they cut ties.
Yeah. And then not even knowing that the baby was missing, just thinking that,
Right.
I mean,
right. You're not going to look for a baby if you think it's with your parents.
Why couldn't they just be like, listen, they want to give up all worldly possessions. They don't want to be parents anymore. So go to the parents that you want money from the car.
Yeah.
And give them the baby.
Mm-hmm.
But instead drop them off but they had done like something at a laundromat with another baby. But
wow.
I know. I saw that headline and I had to read it. And that was from Yahoo News that I read the article. So I was just checking my email. You know, they have the little.
Oh my goodness.
And I was just like, well, this is Nell and Willow.
Yeah. Very soapy.
And Harmony and Nina. I kind of want the storyline to go that way now instead. It's absolutely horrible. We're so thankful to hear, that this woman was found alive. I can't even imagine.
No. Mm-mm.
So I guess we could just transition into Willow officially told Carly, like, no, she does not want to know anything about her mom.
I don't know what Carly's going to do with that, though. The look on her face, I could not read it. It was like, okay, good. I don't have to worry about holding this information from you if you don't care to look for her anyway. But at the same time, I have this information that maybe you would want to know if you knew I knew it.
And Carly basically saying that it was the right decision for her to not find her mom. Yet we only have Carly because she came to Port Charles to find her mom and ruin her mother's life.
Yes. And they came back from that. So who knows what Willow could come back from.
Yeah. I mean, she's probably not going to go trying to sleep with Sonny.
Oh, God.
And Carly came and
I know,
stole Tony.
I know, but we have enough people sleeping with father and son. We don't need to do that anymore.
Do you agree with me that this week they're showing that flashback too much?
Yes.
It is absolutely ridiculous. And
yes, I will agree with you this week.
That's all that I'm going to say.
I will agree.
All they have to do is show the kiss at this point. We don't need.
Yep, we all know what happened.
Yep. Or the flashback to just them even in
sitting in
the blanket.
Yeah. Yep.
Now it's. I had a lot of support though last week, so thank you to people who messaged me agreeing. But nobody disagreed. But also I think a lot of it has to do with the fact, and I really thought about this as I was editing and then as I listened, my daughter is 18 and my husband is about the same age, is a little bit younger than Nikolas. If he had a friend come over, I would not be, your daughter's the same age too. Mm-hmm. So you'd be okay if one of Ryan's friends came over?
No, I would not be okay. Okay. That's real life. I would not be okay in a real life situation.
But we're supposed to, I know that there's a fantastical element to this, but that's where I really started to think about it. And I was like, maybe that's a lot to do with it.
But I'm sure that is a lot to do with it.
I still think even if I wasn't a mom, I would not be okay.
The constant replay is unnecessary, but I did not think that they went too far with the original.
I don't know.
But they did not need to replay it 1,000 times this week.
No. And we don't really have to talk anymore about that because we're going back to Willow.
That's right.
That was really it, though. She didn't really do much else.
That's what I mean about, I agree with you. It felt like this week was really long because every storyline had its own section and then it ended and moved on to something else. So we covered a little bit of a lot of different things.
Right.
So Willow said, yeah, she's not finding her mom because what if her mom wants to inflict harm the way that Nina does and is more about what she can get out of the relationship than giving Willow what she needs.
Yeah.
So, okay, there you go. And they were talking about that while Michael and Drew were over talking more about ELQ stuff that I'm over.
Yeah. So the quick headlines were only Monday and Tuesday had short ones. Monday was Leo bonds with his horse and Tuesday was Brando makes Sonny an offer.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I was a little upset that the horse. Oh my God!
Stable.
Thank you. I could not think of it.
She's minding a box right now.
I'm like, barn? It's not a barn. What is it?
No, it's a living room.
Okay,
that living room is
nicer than my house.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
I want to know how those hooves are not scratching that hardwood floor. They've got some miracle wax.
They must. I'm sure that their groundskeepers know what they're doing with all of that. Or whatever they are. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not groundskeepers. It wouldn't be housekeepers. Stable keepers? There we go. I don't know.
But it was so funny because Liesl Cicero tweeted something about how she was waiting for the horse to start talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the entire time I was thinking of Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed's stable was not that nice.
It was black and white. We don't even really know.
It didn't
but
have a
his
living
head
room.
was always
Yes.
in the house.
Yes.
So
that horse got gypped out of his carrots, though. They were like tossed on the table and rolled off, and he didn't get them. So I feel bad for him.
I did not see that, but that is really...
Oh, Leo went and got the carrots from the main house. Him and Olivia went while Ned and Valentin could have their conversation.
Yeah.
And then when they came back, they told Leo that Valentin had bought a box of stuff from Charlotte.
Which is so sweet.
It was.
I think that was honest to goodness, legit.
Yes,
I
good
think
intentions. Absolutely.
I don't think that he was... I think that it was
a
very
way...
coincidental.
Yes.
But I think even if he wasn't trying to get Ned on his side, he would have still brought Leo.
I 100% agree. So Leo, in his excitement, ran over.
When he's not trying to...
Right. I'm just going to ignore that statement because we all know that you have a little crush there. He's such a nice guy when he's not pretending to be someone else and having people hauled off to jail for crimes they didn't commit. Okay.
You know.
Anyway, he ran over to the box to see what Valentin had bought him. And whenever he did, he just tossed the carrots on the table and they rolled off. And I was like, well, poor horsey's not getting his carrots snapped today.
Well, that stinks.
Yeah. And they didn't name him yet. I want to know what they're going to name him. That's another thing they're missing out on. They should have a contest of what the name should be.
Yes.
We really could have way more fan interaction here. I would be happy to handle that for you.
I forgot to add the horse as a new character.
Oh my God.
I think we should count that as a new character.
Oh my God.
Leo's horse is a new character.
Okay.
But I do love how they are continuing to like throw in like little things with...
Right, that's supposed to be a good therapy for people with autism and that will help.
It's not just autism, it's any type of mental health, like equine therapy.
Absolutely.
It's supposed to be amazing for, like, amazingly therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I'm upset, my cat just curls up on me. I can only imagine. I should just go horseback riding.
I've never been horseback riding.
Ever?
Never, ever.
Aw, let's go horseback riding.
Okay.
I'm not like a pro or anything, but like I've done it for our honeymoon when we went to Las Vegas. We did horseback riding through Red Rock Canyon. That was really cool.
I'm sure that was beautiful.
It was
I've been
very
to
nice.
Red Rock Canyon, have not done it on horseback.
Yep. It's very pretty. But so Valentin came and talked to Ned. I think Ned's going to go for it.
I think so too. They're just pushing him out of it too hard.
Well, and why does Michael think that Ned would be the wrong CEO of ELQ?
I don't know. He's only handled it his entire life.
And he's saying that Ned's throwing a temper tantrum. Ned's like, I work for this company. You do not.
Exactly.
I loved that Drew pointed out that Michael is sounding like Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know what I saw somebody mention on Twitter?
What?
He's 100% AJ right now.
Oh, absolutely.
He is really, it's really like the fight of nurture versus nature.
Mm-hmm.
But right now he's doing the worst of all three of them.
Yes.
That's a very dangerous combo.
That is. Poor Willow. That's where my thoughts are.
Yeah.
Because she fell in love with this nice, sweet man, and now he's turning into a monster.
Yeah. And how does he not see? I don't know. I did not like. Okay, so like we're already not fans of, and obviously Chad Duell's doing a great job. So I mean, let's just throw that out there. He wants Sonny to die.
Right.
I was not okay with that. I'm like, no. He's trying to take down your businesses and all that.
Right. That's one thing. That's a personal level, but that's still.
But to want him dead, I feel like that was kind of an overreach for.
I don't feel like
Michael. You know,
I don't feel like he would say that for himself, and I don't feel like he would say that because he does care about his sisters. You want Avery and Donna and Christina to grow up without a dad.
But that's the thing that I don't think he's realizing is that everything he's doing is going to hurt his family.
Yes. You know,
he's all, Nina didn't care about the fact that they were hurting the family. Well, you're doing the exact same thing, but with way more intentionality and with the intent.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to totally defend Nina here.
No, but Nina
she was being selfish. She was just being selfish. And she's like, well, they already think he's dead. So what's the harm?
Right. She was very short-sighted.
Yes. But Michael is intentionally trying to destroy his father's livelihood, which is then going to hurt his sisters.
Right.
Which we had a few messages because we only said that Dante and Sam share Leo last week, even though 1.5 million times we have mentioned that they also share Christina, because we talked about when Christina acknowledged that her siblings were dating, and so also gross. That Avery is Dante's sister, but Sam's cousin, and Molly is Sam's sister, but Dante's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So we appreciate the fact that people reached out. We have totally talked about this to death, though.
Just
I mean,
too
we
much
really
ooh.
have.
Just too much ooh sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, not happy with Michael playing both sides. And now that guy Dex is working for
Did
him.
not see that coming
I didn't
at
either.
all.
I really did think he was going to take Michael down and then...
I know. I thought he was going to bust him up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and why did he go there? Because nobody else was there. So he did go there to like kind of threaten him, or did he actually not threaten him?
I think he wanted it to seem like he was threatening him.
Oh, that's right, because Brando and Dante walked in.
Yeah. But Michael was like, dude, you're not supposed to be here. I don't know what you think you're doing, but get out.
Yeah.
So
I did not see that. I did not.
I didn't see it coming, and I hope that he doesn't like go rogue and just do whatever he wants to do. Try to play up who's going to pay more.
Yeah.
Not very trusting of him.
I'm really concerned with the fact that Sonny I understand that Chet recommended him and gave him a glowing recommendation. However, he gave him a recommendation on running the gym.
Right. Did not say take him into your business.
No.
And especially not, again, for something that close to him. If he was having someone threaten Michael or check up on Michael or whatever, he would pick someone that he really trusted to know what's going on, to make sure he didn't have misinformation.
I mean, Sonny is not going to trust him. Like, he's just moved himself into like the outer circle.
Right.
Because he, quote, threatened Michael, even though he didn't really.
Right.
But I don't know. I didn't see that. So Vince was the name of the harbor master, and he has now been fired.
Yes.
And there's a new coffee competitor.
Yes.
Who could that be?
I think that's
Is it Michael?
I think it's Michael.
So how's he going to run ELQ if he's creating a new coffee company?
Maybe he has other people. Maybe he finally hired Christina to handle it.
Christina would not.
No, she wouldn't. But she knew what she was doing.
That.
I'm not sure. Maybe he has other people running it for him, because I'm sure that he's running it under a different name.
Yeah. He's a busy guy. So when Sonny said to Brando about how Michael only makes allowances for himself because of what he did to Chase, I hadn't connected.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've been listening to the show for a little while, you all know that I was not okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone was really okay with, I mean, yes, it was he and Willow had fallen in love. She felt bad. He was blah, 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 know, so whatever. But he's digging himself in a hole.
I think that Michael just looks at it differently because Sonny had all those kids and it was just done a little differently. So.
But he's perfectly okay with the fact that he is where he is on the back of Sonny's money. And granted, I mean, he's also a Quartermain, so he definitely would not have struggled at all at any point in his life financially.
Right.
He's definitely gone through some personal things, like 1,000%.
It won't be because they wouldn't have him against Sonny, but it would have been like funnier if it was Spinelli who was running the other coffee company, and that's all the trouble. But I think that we're definitely right that it's about the singles thing and all of that, especially since he was meeting with that chick's name. But that would have been funny to think that it was Michael and then it turned around and be Spinelli.
Michael and Spinelli don't.
They're not get along enough.
They don't.
Spinelli looks up to Sonny too much to go against him.
Oh, yeah. There's no way. Now, when Michael brought the horseshoe to Ned, I got the vibe that was definitely just
being nice because he likes Leo.
Yeah.
I mean, it is complicated because you have good feelings towards family, but then there's business.
But Ned saying that just to split the CEO position 3 ways makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
You're already saying that you're going to do it 2 ways. Why not, again?
Right. And they all have
let the guy who has, when he said that I've been running ELQ longer, or when I was changing your diapers.
Yes.
Oh,
that was great.
I loved it.
And Michael's like, let's not get personal. It is personal.
Right?
What are you talking about?
But Carly said that she's going to buy up ELQ stock.
I know. I like that
kind of an interesting.
Considered herself an honorary Quartermain. I was like, I don't know that that's what they would call you.
Well, she's been married into the family twice.
Yeah.
Technically, if you consider her marriage to Jason being married into the Quartermain family, because he didn't really consider himself a Quartermain, but
yeah,
they did.
I still don't know that honorary Quartermain is something they would ever consider her.
No, I'm pretty sure Tracy would have some choice words about that one.
Yeah.
But he said that Drew's like Lila.
Yes. That was very sweet.
That was very sweet. That is like the ultimate compliment you can
Mhm.
give a Quartermain, is that you are like Lila.
Yeah.
But Lila kept them in check.
Oh, heck yeah.
She wasn't just oh, come on, guys, let's all get along. I mean, she had Edward. She ruled the family.
Yes.
But she loved every single one. But she did not put up with the nonsense. Which is why I don't understand why Drew is not talking to Carly about, you might want to have a little chat with Michael.
Yeah.
Like,
he's going
out of
off
concern,
the deep end.
out of concern, not just being like, get your son in check.
Exactly.
But like, do you know what he's doing? Because Carly doesn't know what he's doing.
No. And she would be concerned. She may not care about Sonny anymore, but she would care that Michael was taking himself down that path.
Yes.
Not healthy.
Yes.
I don't think that really rolls into
I don't think so either.
Like I said, each one was its own thing. Okay, well, we're talking about Spinelli and the singles mixer thing. So I liked that Britt put him in his place and was like, yeah, I'm not suing anyone. You are just trying to get money. And then pushed him into the pool.
So Liesl and Brad did an intervention.
Oh, that's true. That was beforehand.
On Britt.
How awful would it be to be hungover and wake up to the two of them yelling at you?
We have discussed this many times. Brad's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
We love him.
Absolutely.
But he makes some dumb choices.
Like sending pictures of Britt in her drunken state?
I don't feel like that was
a mistake.
I don't feel like he would do that. Like, I'm not buying. I feel like he would do that to somebody else to show Britt.
Yes.
So that they could sit there.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, if they saw Amy.
Yes.
Drunk doing that stuff, you know, he would take video of her. But for him to send knowingly to an influencer thinking that wasn't going to happen.
Right. He wasn't that drunk.
No.
Yeah.
No.
The way they made it play off was like he was equally drunk to Britt and made that mistake. He was not.
Yeah. And then when he said that he's making a historical record for her, I'm like, did we miss when she told him?
Right.
But then he talked about it later that he didn't.
Yeah, he has no idea.
I think she's going to tell him.
She better.
She has to.
He deserves to know. He would be a better friend if he knew.
But then Liesl saying about how, like, she has to take, like, every day that she gets with her and stuff like that.
I like whenever she started talking about Scott, though, and Britt again was like, nope, don't want to hear this. Please don't talk to me about it.
But she even said, she's like, I'm just so happy now. I just want everybody to be happy.
It was so cute.
It was. Oh, quick nerdy thing.
Here we go.
How do you pronounce GIF?
I thought it was GIF.
Okay. I have too, because it stands for Graphics Interchange Format, and it's not peanut butter.
Right.
However, the inventor says it's GIF.
Okay.
In 2013, he won a Webby Award, and they only get 5 words to, like, accept the award. And so he made a GIF with the word saying it's pronounced GIF, not GIF.
Huh.
So I am also a fan of, I thought it was GIF because of graphics.
Yes.
But if the inventor tells us,
then we have to listen. Okay.
Then I think that he wins.
Yes. I will respect that. But no, I always thought it was GIF.
Yeah. That doesn't really take us anywhere either.
No, but...
Oh, no, but I guess it does, because we can stay on it with Zelda Telesco.
Yeah.
Is the social matchmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Social setup matchmaker. And Cody encourages them to sue, Britt to sue.
Right, because he will be her witness.
But he obviously wants a cut.
Of course. And that's when she was like, nope, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
I was angry whenever he said, not all of us have all this money, blah, 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 to her. And she didn't turn around and say, yeah, I'm a doctor.
Right. Like, you earned it.
I know that
she
obviously
kind of
her family had money, but that's not what her money came from.
But exactly. I mean, Liesl's a doctor, and so she's always worked. But Faison definitely did not earn his money.
Right. And Britt's
in a good way.
And Britt's not just sitting by the pool every day spending all their money.
Right.
Co-chief.
Her calling, and I guess like the board has a bunch of emails, and her calling into Terry and apologizing. Like, if you're fielding stuff, I'm so sorry.
I do feel bad for her. We all make mistakes. I miss the days of when everyone did not have cameras on their phone to tape it all.
Mm-hmm.
where you could just have a drunken night and no one had any proof of it other than the stories that came from it.
Or the stories you tried to figure out the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really same topic, but Joss telling Trina that they're going to Europe. How does Joss not realize that she is the only person in her friend group that doesn't have responsibilities? Like, Trina's working. She has an internship. Cam is working 2 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I know she has volleyball, so how is she planning on, and I mean, volleyball is the girl's life.
Exactly.
But she's just like going all over the place. Like, what you guys doing? Oh, you're working?
Right. Okay, I'll go visit my other friend that's working.
Right. Give her a job.
I don't understand why she wouldn't at least be interning somewhere or something.
Why isn't she working at the pool with Cam?
That would make sense also.
That would be making perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Or at least, I know they haven't mentioned Lila's kids, but something like that she's doing with her sisters or taking them to play dates or something.
Well, I don't know. No, she wouldn't be working there either because remember, Cam wasn't able to be.
Oh, right.
Because of the
video. Okay.
Which.
That makes sense.
Trina.
Yeah.
Not a fan. No. I'm sorry. I understand the reason why schools have those, that Title IX's a thing. I 1000% understand. But if there is a proceeding, like a court proceeding that has yet to take place, I don't think they should be able to.
I don't think they should be able to. And I'd like to know exactly how that works because, and obviously college is different than high school. But when something happens at the high school, at least our local high school, if it's happened off property, they're not any part of it. There was something that someone had found out about Emily being bipolar before she had told everyone about it.
That's right.
And they got this information illegally and they sent it out over text message. And when I went to the school about it, they said they were very sorry to hear that, but it did not happen on school property. It did not happen like from a school email or any of that stuff. It was from this kid's phone after school hours to other kids' private devices. And so they could not be involved in it. So I don't understand how Trina can get in trouble for, even if she would have done it, it was not on school property. It was personal device, other than it being shown in the classroom.
That might be it.
But even then, until they can prove that she was the one that showed it to the classroom, even if she had taped it off-site, but then someone else who got hold of it put it into the classroom, that's the person that should be in trouble.
But maybe it's because, so Title IX is specific to sex.
Okay.
I'm not saying, you know how I feel about what happened to that kid. But, So let's read exactly what Title IX is. We're not going to read this entire thing, but Title IX protects people from discrimination based on sex in education programs or activities that receive federal finance assistance. What? That doesn't tell me what that is.
Mm-mm.
It prohibits sex-based discrimination in any school or other education program that receive funding from federal government.
That would mean, yeah.
That is not what...
No, then that using the term sex means like gender.
Okay, so that's not what I thought. All right, let's read Title IX colleges. Title IX college. Okay, this is better. Unwanted sexual behavior, advances, or requests for favors, unwelcome verbal, visual, or physical sexual conduct, offensive, severe, and or frequent remarks about a person's sex, harassment of a sexual nature, which also interferes with the individual's right to an education and participation in a program or activity. So Esme releasing, but the school saying it was Trina. The schools adopt and publish grievance procedures for students to file complaints of sexual discrimination, including complaints of sexual harassment or sexual violence. And that's what they kept saying was sexual violence. That's what Joss and Cam keep saying.
But it says for students to press charges. Cam and them didn't press charges.
No, and they're supporting her. So it
must just be another one of those things that it can be different in soap opera world, but I'm sure don't like it.
I'm sure that the way that she was found in violation is, I feel like something like that. Like they do follow closely, hopefully. But we are not going to read the entire thing right now.
No, the bottom line is I don't understand how they're finding her guilty when Joss and Cameron both said we don't think that she's guilty, and we don't want to press charges.
Somebody else did.
Exactly. Until the
So-
final hearing comes out, I don't understand how they're making their ruling. And especially now because it is summer.
Right.
If they wanted to say to her, you can't take summer classes.
Right.
That makes sense. Okay, we want...
You can't be doing your internship for college credit.
There you go.
Right.
Exactly. You can't do anything until the fall after this hearing has been done through the court system and we see what they decide.
Yes.
Okay, but why would we kick her out over summer when, from what we've heard, she's not taking summer classes anyway?
No.
So it doesn't really matter.
But she is determined to clear her own name.
Yes. I liked that Rory was like, okay, it's time for me to leave now. And and good luck to Esme. And they were like, what do you mean?
Right.
And he was like, oh, if you girls are after her, she is in trouble.
Yep.
That was very cute. I like their little relationship.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where to go from there.
I know.
Either-
None of it all goes together.
Do we want to go to Portia?
Sure.
Because
Portia, who acts all fine to Curtis, like, oh yeah, you can get genetic testing. It's no big deal, blah, blah, blah. And then the second he walks out of the room is freaking out. I wonder why.
Yep. Gee, could it be because maybe genetics get passed along to her daughter that she had with the man that she had an affair with, even though Curtis didn't know that he was having an affair, was part of an affair?
Right.
But so Curtis came home with Marshall, because kind of go back to the beginning, and Marshall was diagnosed with schizophrenia.
And he finally came out and told the whole story.
Yes.
That was so needed because I'm tired of this back and forth. What is he hiding?
I loved the questions that Curtis asked. Like, when did you start exhibiting the symptoms?
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel? The only thing I did not like is that they did give a brand name or a medication name. And I had to rewatch that scene a few times when Curtis was like, do you feel anything now? Because I took it as, do you feel anything? Like, or are you just numb?
Right.
Because emotional numbness, aka like zombie-like,
Yes.
is frequently mentioned as why people will not get on medication or help or get the help that they need because they don't want to, quote, become zombies. And my daughter was actually on the medication that Marshall was on. We have been able to wean her off, but she was on it for years.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually told the doctor pretty much the same thing. I said, if you give me something and it changes who she is,
Right.
like,
then I don't want it.
like as the cute little spunky fun. I mean, you know, we obviously had some things that needed to be addressed, but as long as her personality stayed,
Mhm.
I would be okay. And there was only one time, there was one medication that I just did not like the initial reaction we saw. And I called them and I was like, I will not give this to her anymore. And they're like, okay. I mean, they weren't just like, sure, but
Right.
you know,
they listened
we
to your
talked about-
complaint
right.
and then found a different way to handle it.
but the one that Marshall is on is one that I am very familiar with. I understand that everyone has different responses to everything, but so that's how I took it. And then I was like, oh no, I think he's asking now, do you feel those urges or is your medication helping?
Right.
But also we haven't really seen Marshall have much emotion.
Mm-mm.
So that's kind of where I was like, which feeling are we talking about? So
I was trying to kind of give them the space of Curtis doesn't know anything about this.
Mhm.
So no matter how he meant it, it was an honest question from someone who's just trying to get their bearings and understand the disease and
Yep.
see, you know, where they should be going from there.
Yep.
So
Curtis is 43. So this would have been the early 80s that this all occurred,
mhm.
because he was even saying, he's like, well, why didn't you go to therapy? Like, why didn't you do?
Right.
And Marshall's like, because that wasn't a thing. Like,
Yeah.
they threw you in, and we're only just now starting to see people not be institutionalized.
Mm-hmm.
I have given whole presentations on why there's more, quote, why we're seeing more people with different disabilities and mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And the number one reason is because for the most part, they've been hidden away.
Yep.
That's the short and sweet. I could get into total specifics, but
I feel like we have before, so let's keep it short and sweet.
I am not going to go down that road. But
I was glad that we finally found out what he was hiding, though, and
Yes.
that Curtis was accepting of it in a way that I feel like you would react. Tell me about it. Help me understand. Wait, what
what
does
do
this
I need to
mean?
look for?
Yeah, what does this
You
mean
know?
for me?
Yep.
And that kind of thing.
Didn't Sean kill Tommy because Tommy was kind of like,
Being ironic.
yeah,
I thought that Tommy attacked Sean.
yeah, he went to attack him.
Yeah. they were on the
So
same
there's-
side, so they
yeah.
shouldn't have been. So Sean defended himself because he had to. That's what I thought. I think Sean is his actual dad because that's what Marshall was being so annoyed about it.
I don't know how they're going to revisit that or whatever, but it could be mentioned that, oh, Tommy was showing those signs.
Right.
This, that, and the other thing. Because didn't he gave Sean a lot of grief when he met him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would I shake the hand of the man who killed my son?
Yes.
Oh, but this means that we need Sean back.
I don't think you're getting Sean back.
I don't think so either.
He already said bye to Alexis. As much as I wanted them to stay and be steamy. It wasn't happening.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But then Curtis, like you said earlier, started talking to Portia about it. And I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens.
I feel like it's more important to disclose who your baby daddy actually is before you get into genetic testing for schizophrenia.
Quite possibly.
Trina doesn't need to deal with this on top of everything else that she's dealing with. Is that where your brain's going?
And she knows the look that I just had on my face because I just shut my eyes, and all I could think was, if she winds up having the markers, are they going to blame that on how she, quote, replaced or released the video?
No.
You're saying no, don't let it happen, but you think that it could?
I don't think that they're going to do that. That's too much of a stretch.
Okay.
The storyline about this has to be to reveal Esme.
Yes.
Who, freaked me out again this week when she walked into the room and was like, "Hi, Daddy, I have some good news for you." Oh, it's so creepy. And I know she does it on purpose, but it's so creepy.
Ryan fantasizing about jumping. I thought it was real.
No.
I screamed.
Oh my God.
I was like, what?
Sometimes I wish we watched this together because that would be a fun week to have.
And then he ate him?
Yeah, he ate his throat. Bit his throat.
So we are going to be doing a Poor Charles 411 all about Ryan Chamberlain, not this week, but starting the following week.
Yep.
And actually that'll be the 30 years of Ryan Chamberlain. So, but as far as I know, he has never...
He's
not had a cannibalistic...
I have not seen that in any of my research. But
he is not happy with what she did.
Mm-mm. No.
But didn't he tell her to go seduce Nikolas?
But I think that he wanted her to blow up the marriage, like he said. He was like, "So what did Ava say whenever you told her?" And she was like...
that's what he's mad about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do that yet. And he's like, "What are you doing?" Because she is... like we were saying, an 18, 19-year-old girl, even with as cold and calculated as she seems to be, she obviously has some daddy issues or
just, you think?
Emotional needs that aren't being met somewhere, whatever you want to call it. And so I think she is falling for Nikolas as she's playing this game and doesn't know what to do. And so she hasn't blown everything up because she's still trying to figure out what this means for her. Because if you watch, whenever he said, "We don't need to tell Ava about this, blah, 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 blah," she said, "What? We don't need to tell her that we made love?" No, you guys didn't make love.
No.
There is a difference between the two.
Yeah.
So I think, again, at 18, 19, she's very naive, and they made love, even though that's not how us adults would view it. And so
but they use that even for one-night stands. They say that phrase all the time.
But I feel like
soaps.
It's different. I think that's where she's at by not blowing it up yet, is because she's like, "Oh, Nikolas." And Ryan's like, "You were supposed to blow everything up." So yeah, he grabbed her arm and she said, "You're hurting me." And he was like, "Yeah, that's the point. What are you doing?
Right.
You need to blow up
Your dad's
this thing."
not a nice guy.
Yeah.
How have you not figured this one out yet?
I thought she was really smart, though, bringing that board with her whenever she was like, "I have to see if he needs to talk." And she even had that board, so if anyone walked in, it would look like she was actually doing her job. But then it flashes over to Nikolas and Ava, and they're all smoochy smooch, and then he says, "I want a divorce."
Yeah, for something about a second chance. This is the third chance.
Yeah.
This is actually the fourth chance, because the first chance was before, he died.
Yeah.
Second chance was when they got married and stuff, and then they wanted to get divorced, and then so fourth time's a charm.
So why is he asking for a divorce now?
I don't know. That's where the cliffhanger took us.
It didn't make any sense.
I don't know.
He's obviously
and Ava
not in love with
totally on to her.
Yeah.
she smelled Esme's perfume.
I know, that was so good. That was so good. I
And she's on to
that
Spencer.
Perfume. Yes.
I
really
think she's going to help him. I think that
yes.
she's going, what'd she say? Like, whose side are you on? Trina or Esme's? Oh, but him just up and quitting on Cam, which was, okay, first of all, that was annoying. He was just like, I understand what he was saying. He's like, yeah, but I need to be able to go take care of this.
Yeah.
But for him to be like, no, $10,000 a week. Okay, Spencer is Spencer, but I still feel like that was, it's like
extra
they took so many over.
Mm-hmm. They're making everyone extra jerky.
Yeah.
For no reason. And that's not how they would behave. Like, Spencer and Cameron have come to an understanding. They're trying to work the same side, especially seeing that Cameron needs to go off with his family. Spencer would not just be like, oh, too bad, I got this money and that's the end of it.
Right.
They're cousins.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Well, and they haven't always gotten along.
But I feel like they've a lot of that.
Right, exactly. And I don't know. A year ago, sure, Spencer would have said that line.
Right.
But exactly like you just said, they've worked through that stuff.
Right.
But, and then Nikolas said something about, like, I thought we were working through this. He just slept with somebody else. At what point did he think that they were working through something? If you are cheating on someone, you are not working on things out.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
If you slept with someone else in the past 24 hours other than your spouse or significant other or whatever, you can't say, I thought we were going to work things out.
I think there's a lot of people that don't know that.
I just thought that was the dumb line for the week.
Yeah.
If she said it.
Right. That would make sense.
That would make more sense. But for him to say that to her and then to ask for a divorce.
I just don't understand
what's
any
he
of
doing?
It. Right. He's not in love with Esme. What is he doing?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I can't even follow that.
Don't understand it. So then all I have left is the Gladys with Brando and Sasha.
Sonny actually offered to help when he was talking to Brando, and he's like,
oh yeah,
if you need help with Gladys, I will.
Yes.
But I don't think like he was doing it like in a seriously get rid of your mom way.
Right.
It was like, no, seriously, if you need help,
yes,
we'll figure it out.
Yep.
Brando was recast this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it happens for whatever reason it needed to happen. Okay. But I still miss real Brando.
Yes.
But I just liked the conversation between Gladys and him when she was like, you weren't always truthful, and that's why I'm following Sasha around, is because she may not always be truthful. And he got defensive and was like, when wasn't I truthful? And she was
she's like, here, let me pull up this checklist.
Exactly. When you were also on drugs and had just come back. Yeah. So
and it nearly destroyed your life, and we had to figure things out.
Right.
You know, then.
And him with Sasha, though, was beautiful.
I thought that they all did a great great job. I mean, if I were suspicious of you taking drugs, I would 1,000% knock a bottle of pills out of your hand.
Right.
Not even paying attention to what the heck they are.
Yeah.
Be like, nope, sorry.
And then I'd be like, you owe me a bottle of Tylenol. You just knocked that out of my hands.
Fine. I will go spend the $10. In my head, I thought I was saving your life.
Yes. No, it was very sweet. I like seeing this side of Gladys, like we've said before. She was such a jerk for so long. It's nice to see that she actually does care.
And she does still have those, like when she was eating the cookies and Sasha's like, I got that for the staff. She's like, I'm support staff.
Right.
So I'm going to eat the cookies.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then the shoes showed up that were on back order.
That was devastating.
But then Brooklyn talking about how when she had to pack up all of Bailey's stuff and everything. And Gladys is like, yeah, so I think you're not over this either.
Right, exactly.
Like, but Brooklyn came to say that they booked an hour on the Home and Heart shopping channel.
Yeah.
So they're kind of pulling from old Deception here.
Yep.
Love it. How do you feel about the wallpaper? Did you notice the wallpaper?
I did notice it. I wasn't a fan.
I didn't feel like that was very them. I don't feel like they're jungle cat
and it went
wallpaper
too far.
people.
If it would have been just over the doorway to go to what I assume is the bedroom and bathroom or whatever, that would be fine. But it went like all across the wall. It was too much, I felt like.
I don't know if I could cook with a leopard staring me in the face.
No?
I don't know.
It was just, yeah.
So the only other thing I have is all about Liz.
Oh, yeah, I guess that
she
was
had some big stuff too. So Laura went to see Liz. And at one point I was like, how did Liz not think about how long pills would last in her system? Because it was something to do with like the way that they were talking about it. And then she said, you would think as being a nurse, I would have, and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. She said if she was her own patient, she would have caught this weeks ago.
Right.
So that made me feel better.
Yes. But then Terry asked Finn if anyone has ever reached out to the parents. So now Finn's talking to his dad about...
I thought that whole thing was stupid.
It was so weird.
Terry just got a phone call from Jeff.
Why isn't Terry reaching out?
Yes, exactly. And she knows him from whenever they were kids. Why would Finn reach out?
Right.
Who has never met him or never spoke to him?
Why didn't Terry say to Finn, would you like me? Do you think I should?
Exactly. Or do you think it was Jake that was talking to them?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that Jake mentioned this to the parents?
Right.
Should I reach out and see if they have any questions, or have they reached out to you through Jake or something like that?
Right.
The way it made it sound was totally, oh, you should reach out to her parents
that you've never met.
Not make any
and
sense.
You really don't know the entire story.
Right.
Other than the fact that she feels like she was abandoned. She was abandoned. But I mean,
yeah, it's not his place. Mm-mm.
But so she was diagnosed with dissociative fugue, which according to the Cleveland Clinic is a symptom where a person with memory loss travels or wanders that leaves a person in an unfamiliar setting with no memory of how they got there. And the symptoms usually happen with conditions caused by severe trauma.
That would make sense.
Yep. I love that Laura went out and talked to Finn about her own past experiences and not being like, Liz really doesn't have it all that bad, but just like letting him know, like, seriously, you can come talk to me because like I kind of gone through this
Exactly.
stuff.
And being open about what her causes were, because he said yours wasn't grief, right? And she was like, no, that's not where this came from.
But grief and trauma are so close together.
Yes.
Because grief comes from trauma and like, you know, they're intertwined. I would say that some of Laura's came from grief because the last time that she went into, wasn't it 2000, whichever, one of the times that she wound up having to go to Paris was because she remembered killing Rick Weber.
Right.
Yes, that is traumatic, but that is also grief.
Yeah.
What happened with Luke when she was raped.
Yeah.
But I love that she at least, you know, let him know.
Yes. I love Laura.
So on June 20th is the 15,000th episode of General Hospital, and it's it's going to be Laura Focus. I think that's awesome. Okay. She's been on the show for 45 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But here's, I did not like how they wrote her in this. She was basically saying to Cam, like, you need to not feel that way.
Right. Because your mom would want you to go on this trip for your brother.
Right.
I didn't agree with that. I felt like she worded it wrong, but she was pushing him because she knew that was what was best for him.
But she wants him because it'll make Finn feel bad if he doesn't. Like,
yeah, her words were completely wrong.
Again, he is, quote, an adult, but it is not the child's responsibility to make sure the adult feels okay.
Right. And we just went through this with the whole Wiley-Nina situation where they said that.
Yeah.
So...
And I felt so bad when he said that he's done nothing but disappoint Liz. Cam has made some really big mistakes, but he is not a bad kid. He's not made bad choices.
Right.
He's had bad moments, but all around.
Right.
I mean, his reaction to things has been bad decisions. He's never initiated the bad decision. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't know. That just made me kind of feel yucky.
Right. I don't want him having regret over things that he didn't even do that he should be regretting. He needed to learn from the lessons and move on, but it wasn't about disappointing his mom. It was about making better choices for himself.
Right. Why aren't Laura and Kevin helping him?
I don't know.
Why is he...
I don't know.
Can we just give Cam a break?
Right.
He did stand up to Spencer, though, and he was like, no, you have to work tonight.
Yeah. I have somewhere to go. You're on this shift. You don't just get to leave.
That's all that I have.
Yeah, that was...
I don't really have a good...
Any of that take you into your... reality check.
No. Like I said, this has just been a very long week. Oh, on Tuesday, the kids and I... So our church has, like, the VBS and everything, and... My son's in art, like going to school for art and everything. And so he's actually been spending the past couple weeks helping to build the sets and everything and paint them. Well, all of us were available on Tuesday. So we went and did the like painting and stuff like that. The setup reminds me of Legends of the Hidden Temple. It's like ancient ruins and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm painting it and I'm like, kind of just want this thing to start talking, but it's going to be really cool. So it's for the kids for VBS, but I think I've mentioned the specific name of my networking group, but I'm in the Professional Moms Network. We are across the country. The first chapter was in Pittsburgh, but we're also in like a whole bunch of other states now too, because people wind up moving away and they're like, I miss professional moms. Can I start a chapter here? And so they do. But one thing that we do is called Kindness Cash. And so everybody throws in, and it's not a requirement. It's if you feel called to give money, you can. And I was the person who decided to. So, and then one person's given it each month and they have to go out, and you're not allowed to give it to any already established like nonprofits or like we sponsor through Compassion International. I can't pay my month with the kindness cash and be like, well, I supported the kid that I already support.
Yeah.
You know, can't donate it to the Red Cross or anything like that, you know. And I've done it a couple times. And so like one year I did kind of marry it, but I got permission to do it because the church that we used to go to would always give flowers for shut-ins.
Oh, that's nice.
And I was delivering them, but I was like, I bet there's a bunch of people that don't have anyone.
Yeah.
And so I was like, listen, I'm already going to be doing this activity. Can I buy extra and ask them to be donated and like write a little note, you know, and ask them to be donated to people who might not have family coming to visit them.
Right.
And so, you know, it didn't cover the cost of what I was doing. But anyway, that was years ago. What we did this year was it's so stressful too, because you're just like, you have this cash and you're like, you want it to be the right thing. And then I started to really think about what's a real big issue right now? Gas prices.
Yeah.
And so we had $65 after I had kicked in, like at the meeting I had thrown in. But then I was like, well, that's not really an even number. So I bumped it up to $75. The kids and I went to Speedway, bought 3 $25 gift cards that you can only use on fuel or merchandise, which I hope means food too. I did not choose one of the gas stations that you can get alcohol because I was just like, no, I want this to be used for gas.
Right.
And we just kind of stood there and watched people and picked. The first person we went up to was an elderly gentleman. And, you know, just gave him the gift card and said, you know, we're part of this organization. And he's like, are you serious?
Aw.
I'm like, yeah. And so like the kids and I did that. And then we picked, and they helped pick the other two and everything. So it was fun.
That is sweet.
So that was our thing for the week. So that's what we did on Tuesday. Actually, we had a pretty good week this week. We did, a friend of mine was able to get free tickets to the Pirate game on Wednesday afternoon. And so because my husband worked Saturday and Sunday last week, because of their annual fundraiser, he was like, I'm taking Wednesday off. They're like, okay.
Nice.
And so we went to the Pirate game. We lost. It got exciting in the 8th. Be nice if it got exciting in the 1st, but you know, it's where we are. What about you?
I had a quiet week. The kids were at their dad's all week. Sunday was Madeline's dance recital.
How'd that go?
And it went really well. It was just so long.
I cannot believe how many.
It was just so long. There was 84 dances and she was number 6, 32, and 80. And if you couldn't leave the auditorium and then come back, you had to stay. That was part of the ticketing thing. You were not allowed to leave.
You would think with COVID that they'd be like, hey, if you're not going to be here, like if you're not within the next 5, you shouldn't be here.
Right. And it was in Greensburg, so there was plenty of places we could have left, got a snack, and come back.
You could have gone to the park.
But it was just crazy with that. So I enjoyed watching all the other kids dance and everything, but it just was not something that I had anticipated spending my entire Sunday doing. But she was happy and she did it. So after it was over,
30 to 80 was like her. So you had to watch 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry. I'm just like, you had to watch 50 groups of kids that you really don't care about.
Right. Sorry. Some of them were my Girl Scouts and like other friends of hers.
Okay. So that's good.
So I had some interest, but some of like the older girls, it was nice to see, you know, what they had learned through all the years. But I was like, oh my gosh, okay. I kind of wish they would have split this up into age groups or something just a little different.
Yeah.
It was a very long day. After that, then Madeline went home with her dad. And so her and Megan had already gone a couple of days before that. So they spent the week there. They came back yesterday because we had graduation parties to go to. And so I was like, well, this is weird to have an entire week that I don't have to run anyone to dance class or pick them up here or do that or whatever. So
nice.
I enjoyed the time to myself. And then yesterday was my nephew's graduation party. So we went over and hung out with my family for a while. And then we all went over to, Ryan and I and the girls went over to Matt's house and had a cookout for the evening and played some games. So I was very happy.
I'm not ready for that. My son was asking me all kinds of real estate questions yesterday. And I'm like, I appreciate the fact that you're asking me about my job.
But stop getting ideas.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, no, I'm going to help him figure out buying so he doesn't have to waste money on rent because I sure as heck did.
Right. No, it was, it was an adjustment. you know, like he went to make things.
He's old enough. I mean, he is.
And he's old enough and he's established. And I'm so proud of him. Like, he is my favorite person in the entire world. So I enjoyed just sitting there watching him. Like, he's going to make the food on the grill, but then it was cute. They had put the hamburger patties, like they bought them fresh, but put them in the freezer. And so then he pulled them out and they were stuck together. And he's like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, here, I'll help you. Like I do. Let me show you something.
to the rescue.
I just want to feel like you need me. And then they were talking about different food that they like. And I was like, oh, we're going to go to Sam's Club. I can get this for you. I can get this for you. And he was like, Mom, you don't have to buy all my groceries. And I was like, I didn't mean I was going to pay for them because you have more money than I do at this point. But I just want that, like, please
that he still needs you.
Please let me do something for you.
Yeah.
So, but it was nice. And I love his girlfriend and their roommate. And so it was,
that's good.
Just like a fun time to hang out. So.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that I'm the youngest mom. So as they're talking about how they can talk to me about all this different stuff, I'm like, thanks.
Like, yeah, I understand what you're talking about.
Right.
I don't know, though. There's a lot of stuff that I'm just like, what are you talking about?
So far, I can keep up. I am not looking forward to the day that it's Madeline in this situation and her friends are talking. And I'm like, what?
Like, can you just give us like a dictionary first, please?
Exactly. I need
our
quiz.
Abbreviations and everything made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, RAD was short for radical.
Right.
You know, some of these,
nope.
They just don't make sense.
They don't. So, yeah. But that was my week. That was
awesome.
Enjoying time.
Oh, that's sweet. And it was a gorgeous day, too.
It was. It was such a nice day.
Yeah.
Which was crazy because originally it was supposed to rain on Saturday. So,
yeah,
we all lucked out with no rain. Yay. But yeah, that was it.
So join us on Thursday as we finish Deception Part 5.
Deception Cosmetics. It sounds like a whole different storyline if you just say Deception.
The name is Deception, though.
So have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.